All right. Give this a moment. What is it doing? There it goes. I was like, the timer wasn't going. All right, guys, let me know if you can hear me okay. Can you guys hear me all right? Yep. Okay, cool. All right. All right. So, supposedly, somebody said that Biden was going to be talking at 8 o'clock, so that I should probably delay my stream and go on later. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. And, so I delay it, and then I go out there and I'm looking, trying to find this supposed talk that Biden's doing. It never happened. So apparently he wanted to address, the nation, but then they must have told him no. So obviously he does as he's told. So anyway, so I'm still using this laptop camera. So here's the weird thing. After my stream was over with last time, I tried to set up another stream, and my other camera was working just fine. When I went to set things up today, again, issues. So I'm thinking that camera may be done for whatever reason, and I need to go and buy a new one. Somebody said, trauma nurse said he's sniffing little girls. Yeah, well, he's doing something, that's for sure. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about weak-minded people, how they're going to handle things after an SHTF event. We're going to get into a little bit about this whole election thing as well, and everything like that. But give me a moment here. If we have any interruptions with the stream or any issues, I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. And so just be patient and hang in there with me. And so hopefully we can get this in and not have any issues, unless we piss off YouTube and talk about something they don't want us to talk about, and then they'll cut us off. But we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully we have no problem. A couple of weeks, Mercury retrograde will be finished and electronics will stop misbehaving. That would be nice. That would be very, very nice. Anyway, I want to remind everybody also that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel, so please be decent in the chat, and no racism, no nastiness. And if you can't behave yourself, those awesome moderators that you see lit up here in blue will boot you out of here. And I can guarantee you nobody will be sniffing anybody's hair during this live stream. I promise you that will not happen. Not a hair sniffer, so it's not my thing, not my gig. Crazy. Anyway, all right. Biden is giving a speech. When is he giving it? I thought he was doing it. Somebody said 8 o'clock. But anyway, so let's all right, let's get started here. So obviously, I think I ended up losing like 100 subscribers to the channel because I talked about the election fraud and stuff like that. And there's some people that are very, very sensitive and were not able to handle somebody being honest about what's going on. So they were offended. Hey, mountain kayaker, postal workers singing like canaries, and Supreme orders PA to segregate late ballots. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that as well. And again, with paper ballots, corruption is so easy. I mean, they talked about that months and months ahead of time. And I find it very interesting. And I'm going to make an observation. You can agree or disagree. That's completely fine with, whatever you want to do is fine. But anyway, like I said, good riddance. Yeah, CMI. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's like, it is so ridiculous. So first of all, let me just say something here before we get into everything. This is my channel. Okay. Yeah. Primarily it's about prepping. Primarily it's going to be about living off grid. But politics, what happens in the world, affects everything that every one of us do with our lives. So, of course, we're going to talk about politics, okay? You may agree with me, you may not agree with me. And here's the best part. I completely respect your right to believe whatever you want to believe. But, of course, some people that are very sensitive and they get very, very butthurt very, very easy can't handle somebody having a dissenting opinion from theirs. So as soon as you disagree with something that they say, then they're like, and here's my favorite. They have to announce that they're leaving. That's my favorite of all times. Well, I'm leaving because of this. Well, you know what? If you don't like realistically what I do or what I have to say, you're free to go and watch somebody else. You know, it is amazing how easily people are manipulated. They're swayed to think they just go along. Whatever's put out there, whatever's put out. I had one person say to me, "Oh, you believe that there is, voter fraud going on, but you don't believe in the Russian collusion?" And I'm like, come on. They've already proved that whole Russian collusion thing was fake. It was a hoax. But once it's out there, okay, they're going to believe what they're told. And they're so narrowly focused, some people, on something that they can never let it go. They can never let it go. Hey, Roxy Lemon. Peace and tranquility, brother. To each his own. You know what? I agree with you 100%. To each their own. They can think whatever they want. And like I said, I'm not coming on here trying to fire anybody up, trying to upset anybody. I'm giving an opinion. I'm giving you some factual information, and you can take your own conclusions from that. That's when you have a county. I want you to think about this. We're going to talk about this really quickly. Nobody else but live. We don't want those negative 100 people anyway. Keep speaking the truth. Well, thank you very much. You're right. If they're that so sensitive that they can't handle somebody having a different opinion, then they need to go, and they can watch Rainbows and Unicorns, watch those channels and happy songs. Hey, Mac, don't worry about them leaving. They just took their ball and went home. Yep, you're right. Yep. Pamela Sherry says delusion is bliss. You're right. You know what? I had a discussion. We'll talk about this really quickly. I had a discussion one time with a buddy of mine, and we were talking about, would you rather be like, he's a fairly intelligent individual. I consider myself a fairly intelligent individual. He said, would you rather be intelligent and be able to see the BS that's being fed us and the stuff that's going on, or would you rather be ignorant bliss? Okay. Have no clue and just go through life and skate through life. And I always said to him, I said, you know what? I would want to be the one that knows what's going on. I would rather be that person instead of walking around and not having a clue. I think it's a better place to be, and you can make a judgment, and you have 88,000 subscribers. 100 doesn't matter. Well, and I do appreciate you guys saying that. I do, but it's like I said, I'm not trying to come on here to intentionally piss somebody off. Now, do I do that just being me? Sure. Okay, I can't help it. It's just who I am. Asif says snowflakes can't stand the laser of truth. You're right, they can't. They want to just believe that everything is up and above board, and it's been proven already that there's corruption with the paper ballots. It's proven. So people are going to think what they're going to think. Thank you guys, all of you that have been making these comments too for the donations. I do appreciate that as well. But everybody's always going to be offended about something. You're never going to keep everybody happy. So periodically I say something that pisses somebody off enough that they go, okay, I'm out. Well, then you have to go. Then you have to go. Mountain Kayaker says the low information people left the channel. Well, it's not even necessarily that. It's just, they just can't handle. They want to see. Here's the problem. And this is going to kind of tie into what I wanted to talk about tonight about weak-minded people in a post-event. People want to feel safe. They want to feel like the system is going to work always, that there's never going to be any kind of issues, that there couldn't possibly be any kind of corruption. That's what people want, okay? They don't want to ever have anything. They don't want to have to think that something else could be happening. Hey, Steve Hoop. The left did not listen to Trump. So hold on a second. The left did not listen to Trump, so we are the people who have no choice. Who wins the election? We need to protect ourselves. Exactly. Thank you very much for that statement, and thank you very much for the donation as well. I would think both sides would be concerned about voter fraud. You would think so. You would absolutely think so. It's definitely not over by a long shot. There's going to be a long court battle with this whole thing. And I think it's going to get ugly, to be honest with you, But here's a question that I would ask you guys, okay? When you have, Now, in normal, okay, let's say we have 100% of the voting population in a town, okay? On average, maybe 55% of eligible voters will vote, right? So explain to me how in Michigan, in certain counties up there, that you had 101%, 104%, 106% of people voting. You can't have 106% of people voting because they're not there, okay? So the other problem that I have is let's look at Pennsylvania, okay? And you're going to tell me, now I want you to think about this, okay? So we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to break it down nice and easy. So you had all these mail-in votes. All together across the country, they said 8 million mail-in votes were voted before the election. So let's say, and we're gonna exaggerate to the highest point. In Pennsylvania, let's say there was 1 million of these votes in Pennsylvania, okay? So as of election night, as of like midnight on election night, the president was up, okay? The president was up by 700,000 votes. So first of all, we got to think about this, okay? Of all these mail-in votes, 850,000 would have to be for Biden, and 150,000 would have to be for Trump for them to make up 700,000 votes. Is that realistic? Do you think that the president on mail-in votes only got 15%? Does that make any kind of sense? Okay. So again, that makes you question things, makes you look at things and say, you know what, something's not adding up here. So, yeah, American Idol can count 130 million votes during a commercial break. This is not acceptable. It's ridiculous that they were not being, and so this was the argument by the left. Okay, let's go both sides. Let's talk about the argument for the left. So the left was saying, well, the president said don't do mail-in votes. Well, if you couldn't get out, you're going to do a mail-in vote. That's realistic. Or if you felt that it was unsafe to go out, you would do a mail-in vote. That's just realistic, okay? Hey, Law and Order Prepper. Justice Altos just declared all ballots cast after 8 p.m. Not to be counted and set aside. Fraud will be exposed. Oh, I'm going to tell you what. If they watermarked these things as well as they should have, I think you're going to see that, and I heard that they've watermarked them. I'm not sure, but I think it'll be very interesting moving forward to see what happens. But again, it's just I got my hands on 1,000 rounds of 7.62 times 39 for 32 cents a round today. That's an awesome deal. That is an awesome deal. Hey, Rocky Lemon, there's a sting operation. They're watermarked. Well, I'm hoping that they are, because that will prove, that fraudulence did happen. And again, so we'll, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's watermarked or not. I'm just saying, if it was, that would be a good idea to prove that things were not what they're supposed to be. But the whole thing is a mess. The whole thing, if you guys remember correctly, what I had said, what would be the difficulty of voting online? Nobody else but Liv. They have confirmed that some voters from Michigan that came in were from people who were deceased. Let's see. Trump is right. Verify everything. And you know what? If they can verify everything, then I would be fine with it. Okay, I absolutely would be fine with it. But I saw a funny meme, and it said, and it had Biden on there, and it says, "Well, we can't count the votes until we know how many we need." And I thought that was very, very funny. But I have a real hard time that supposedly now we're going to continue with Pennsylvania for a second. I want you guys to think about this and really think about this. Biden is against fracking. He's said it over and over again. Okay, so it's not like he can say, "Nope, I never said that," because he did. Okay, so Biden is against fracking. He wants to stop fossil fuels, so that's coal. What do you think Pennsylvania is? They do a lot of fracking. They produce a lot of coal. Do you think that Biden would be winning Pennsylvania basically saying, "Oh, yes, please take my job away so I can't make a living"? Does that make any kind of sense to you? I mean, it doesn't make any kind of sense, At an Erie, PA, where I live, they had dead voters too. Well, I like the one guy that was like, I think he was 118 that voted. I thought that was fantastic. Probably he had to vote that way because he's probably dead as well. So, guys, we got 1,000 people in the chat. We're at 367 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask if you would shoot a thumbs up, please, to show support for the channel. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. I do appreciate it. Also, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for that. And it puts us higher in the rankings. So thank you very much for that as well. Also, again, I do like to see a lot of thumbs up. So that's the third reason. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So thank you for that as well. So, but, and what is watermarking? They put like an invisible thing, like if you have a $20 bill, there's like symbolism hidden in there to prove that it's that $20 bill. Like they've changed the 20, the 50, the 100. They had to do it because of, people, counterfeiters doing that. So if they watermark something, they can prove that that is a legitimate ballot. Now, like I said, have they watermarked them or haven't they? I have no idea. But if you knew, and Trump was talking about it, if you guys remember 4 or 5 months ago, saying paper ballots can be easily manipulated and can be faked, right? So again, I would, and again, what I want you guys to do, what I want you to do is to think. That's what I'm trying to make you do. I'm trying to make you think. Is there a possibility of fraud? Well, it looks pretty suspicious that as of midnight on election night, the president was leading in all of these states, right? Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia. There's 5 right there. He gets those 5 states, that puts him over the top, and he wins the election. And from midnight to the next morning, all of a sudden, now Michigan and Wisconsin go to Biden. Now, being up 700,000 votes in Pennsylvania, now Biden's ahead. It just is, and now they're even saying like Georgia's contested now. And it's gotten ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And there's no way. Maybe 1 or 2 of those states, maybe. But all 5 of them, and then let's throw in Arizona too, a traditionally red state. Okay. Again, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. You don't go from being way out in front and 9 hours later, now all of a sudden you're behind and, we got a new president. So again, like I said, I just, and here's the thing is when you have these people that are supposed to be watching these counters to make sure that they're doing it right, but they're not being allowed to be in there, something's fishy when that happens too. So there's a lot of questions, lots of questions. We need to continue to ask those questions. We need to keep an open mind. Oh my goodness. I know I said it, this open mind. Oh my God. It's just the problem is, and this is what I consider the problem. People are so locked in with their hatred of the president that they don't care how it happens. They just want him out. They don't care. So they'll be like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's all right. Everything is right. There's no corruption. There's no dirty work happening here. Everything is above board. Well, it's not. That doesn't make any kind of sense. Makes no sense. So, but again, my question would be, and I said this in my last live stream, and I'll say it again. I personally believe that within sight of 1 year, if Biden is declared the president and he goes into office, within sight of 1 year, he will not be the president anymore. Hey, Asif, being 6 feet underground is not a disqualifying factor. 100K paper ballots in Minnesota came in at 3 a.m., 90% for Biden, 90% only voted for the president of the U.S. Oh, isn't that interesting? Thank you for that information. I did not know that, but I think that's quite interesting as well. Josh 350 Cummings, breaking news, Trump has Homeland Security. Oh, hold on a second. Trump had Homeland Security watermark ballots. He has them by the BALLS. Well, if that's the case, that will definitely prove voter fraud if that is the case. So I think that will be quite interesting. The problem is, too, and I want you guys to think about this, too, in certain states, when you have the Republican senator is being elected, but not the president. You know what I mean? It usually, the voting usually goes hand in hand generally when you have those type of things. So again, dislike them or like them, it should be fair. It should be done the right way. And if they can prove that there was fraud done on this, it should definitely be addressed and dealt with. Okay. Somebody's like, well, somebody made a comment. Trump wants to be a dictator. No, he wants 4 more years. That's what he wants. He wants a fair election. And I don't have like I said, I mean, I've put it on here before and I'll put it on again. I'm a Trump supporter. I think he's doing, again, you don't have to like the man. You're not voting for the man. You're voting for the politics. What is this they're going to do while they're in there? Okay. You want socialism and you want that route, go ahead and listen to the Democrats and follow them exactly. Enjoy yourself because you'll get exactly what you want. Here's the problem, okay? With this whole situation, here's something, okay, I wanted to bring this up too. And actually, we're going to get into my actual topic here at some point, I promise you. But here's an issue that I have too. So you have the President of the United States live on TV making a statement saying that they need to verify this and this is fraudulent activity, blah, blah, blah. The newscasters cut him off. He was still talking. They stopped him from talking. They come on. I saw this, so I can't, if I didn't see it, I wouldn't say it. And he comes on and says, the president is giving out false information. Well, how does he know? Because this is a script that he's been given. He's going to do what he is told. Because if he doesn't do what he is told as working for that network, he won't have a job. I thought that was really disrespectful. The president has a right to come on there and say what he wants. And until you can absolutely 100% prove that there was no fraudulent activity going on, how do you know there wasn't? You know what I mean? Why would it be over the course of this election, if everything is fair and above board? Here's another question that I have for you guys. And again, we're putting our thinking caps on. We're thinking for ourselves here, okay? If this was a fair and unbiased election, then how come Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all these different Google, all these search engines and stuff like that put a clamp down on things and would not let certain information out? When the whole thing about Hunter Biden's computer came out, they suppressed that news. Where's the fairness in that? Why can't people, you out there watching, why can't you people make your own informed decisions with the information that you're given? Not just what you're told. Not the mantra, not just here's what we got, this is what you need to do. They want sheep. They want yes men. They don't want people who think for themselves. They don't want it. That's scary to them. You're supposed to do as you're told, stand in line, be a sheep like everybody else, and that's what they want. The swamp doesn't want to be drained, and they will even cheat to save their hides. Well, and the problem is too, that Trump can't be controlled, and that scares them. They don't like that. Why do you think that they spent 4 years trying to get rid of him? Because he can't be controlled. Again, like I said, I like the fact with Trump, he's got a pair of cojones. In other countries around the world, like China, Russia, whatever, North Korea, Iran, they're not going to screw with Trump because Trump is going to stop a mud hole in their butt. That's just a fact, okay? Biden sure isn't. Biden don't scare anybody. I can guarantee you that. Biden is not, well, it's been talked about. Don't know if it's true or not. Just putting the information out there and you can make your own decisions that China and Biden are working together, that there is some common interest there. Hey, Roxy, just all pray for our president, please. Yep, exactly. Good advice. Yeah, like I said, this is going to be a tough fight, and I think that it's not going to be over anytime soon. I obviously believe that Biden will be declared the winner here because of what they've done. If it comes out later that this has been fraudulent, which I think that it will, That'll be really, really interesting. Really, really interesting. So we will see what happens. Hey, Andy, the media is bought and paid for by the DNC and their puppet masters. I agree with you 100%. 100% biased, not open-minded at all. You know, we used to get the news and used to get to make our own decisions. Now we're fed what we're told, you know, and we're never going to get to all the information. Thank you very much for the donation as well. Ed Glenbeck, Mark Levin, and Rush Limbaugh are not accurate sources of information. I didn't say that they were. Did I? Have you ever heard me say, go watch them for 100% accurate information? I have not. So what I have said many, many times is, look at all the information and make your own educated opinion. Okay? Watch CNN, watch CNBC, see what they're putting out there. Watch Fox. Now, Fox has kind of changed a little bit, but look for independent information as well. And do it with an open mind. Instead of just going in slanted and looking at things one way. Like my one buddy, he likes to try to bust my chops. He tries to get me going all the time. He goes, you're only getting your information from these sources. And I'm like, no, I look at everything. I look at everything because I think it's important to look at the different information that is being put out there and then make an educated decision based on that. Think for yourselves. Don't take what I say. Don't take what anybody else says is the ultimate end of the thing, you know, the news. That's not a, hey, Teresa, they know they are corrupt, media suicide. Oh, absolutely. You know what I mean? And yet they'll continue to do it over and over and over again. Like I said, I don't have television. If I go into my sister's place and they have something on, I might watch it for a second to see what's going on. But there's just, it's so biased that it is to the point of being ridiculous that how can you take that serious when it is so slanted and so jaded to one way? That makes no sense, you know. And again, you know what? Not everything that you're going to get from the right is going to be the truth, and not everything that you're going to get from the left is going to be the truth. You have to read it out, and in the middle somewhere, you're going to find the truth. Okay, you're really going to have to find it that way. So, you know, I heard that several Proud Boys got stabbed Tuesday night. I had not heard that one. I did not heard that one. Ed, do you think Biden will continue the wall? That is hard to say. That's already in the books and in the budget, so he may let it go. I don't know. It is really hard to say what's going to happen, you know, once he gets in there and stuff like that. Again, we have to wait and see how this all plays out. This is not over by a long shot. Even if Biden is declared the winner, I think you're going to have to wait. We're going to have to take a wait and see attitude and keep an open mind. And hopefully they can sort through this and get to the bottom of it. I think that's the best thing that we can do right now. You know, that is the best thing we can do. Because to think about this, okay, and here's another problem that I have, and I have a real big problem with this. Through the campaign, Biden not one time ever went after Antifa. He never went after BLM. He never condemned what they were doing. He never condemned that. I have a major, major issue with that as a law-abiding citizen that follows the rules. And, you know, like I said, I mind my own business. I don't bother nobody. But, you know, when you have people intentionally going out and hurting other people, burning, looting, and doing those type of things, that's not a demonstrator. And that should be condemned by whoever the presidential candidate is. Hey, Harvey Black II. Protest tomorrow, Saturday noon at every state capitol. Stop the steal, stop the steal. Well, thank you for that information. Gypsy Soul, if it tells you anything, when the president looked like he was winning the Chinese, hold on a second. The Chinese dollars, the yuan was nosediving. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. I did not know that. Hey, Mac, Biden will go after our guns first if he gets in. He may. Again, you know, it's not just Biden that's going to make the ultimate decision when it comes to that. You know, any kind of legislation that comes through, it's, you know, any kind of legislation going through is going to have to get through to that point. Yeah, BLM is a hate group. I'm sorry, but yeah, they are a hate group. Their founders, you know, if you listen to them talk, think about it. Yeah, and the BLM donations went to the Democrats. So why are they going to condemn those people? They're not. They're not going to condemn them because that's their base, and that's who was. I want you guys to think about this too, okay? And it is so interesting to me. We had a booming economy, record low unemployment, low. I mean, people were working, people were making money, right? And then all of a sudden, this pandemic hits, destroys the economy. So then the Democrats are like, oh, the economy sucks and it's Trump's fault. How does that work? How does that work? Okay. I mean, you had record low unemployment. Things were going great. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So BLM leaders are Marxist trained. Well, and like I said, I mean, how many of the BLM leaders have talked about, killing white people and white people are the enemy? So I'm sorry, but when you have somebody that is a leader in an organization that is talking that way, that is a hate group. You can take it or leave it. You can think whatever you want to think. I'm just putting it out there. Anybody that spews hate out of their mouth for another race just because of the color of their skin, that is a hate group. Okay, that's a hate group. So, what do we got here? Let's see. The pandemic is all part of the affordable health care. Yeah, that the whole thing is just interesting. BLM and Antifa show up, and what happens? Citizens get beat up, destruction and property, arson, etc. Exactly. Until citizens stood up and said, no, not happening, and they armed themselves, and then they were horrible white people that, came armed and they were stopping, well, yeah, you're not coming to my town destroying stuff either. So, but, it's like I said, the whole situation is unfortunate. It's tragic. It's tragic. I was hoping that we would have, and we were on that track, just so you know. Election night, it was on that track. Trump was on, rolling towards re-election. And then all of a sudden, man, they put the brakes on things. And I found that very, very interesting. How is it nobody else but live? Funny how 90% of African American murders are done by African Americans, but BLM doesn't want to talk about that. You know what? That is a great point. Again, and I have touched on that subject before. If BLM actually cared about black people, they would start in their own neighborhoods, stopping the black on black crime. It's unfortunate that happens. It happens a lot. It happens every single day because of whatever side of the street that you live on or what gang affiliation you're with. Just a complete waste. That's a waste. And oh yeah, and by the way, those cities with the highest crime rates like that are run by Democrats. Amazing. But I'm horrible because I speak my mind and I say it like it is. I just look at information. I see what it says and I go from there. You know what I mean? If you have a group of people that believe in equality for everyone, that wants a level playing field, I'm all in. I'm all in. And I don't care who is running it. I don't care what color you are, what religion you are. If you want to work together as human beings, let's think about that. Not I'm this, I'm that, I'm this religion, I'm that religion. None of that nonsense. Human beings. If we could come together, and I've said it so many times, if we come together as human beings, there's so much we could accomplish. There's so much good we could do, but they don't want that. They don't want that. They want you drugged up. They want you on all kind of pharmaceutical medications to dumb you down, to dull your thinking, to keep you passive. That's what they want. That's exactly what they want. And it's very, very sad. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. But, heaven forbid that we think for ourselves. They definitely don't want that. Absolutely not. So it's unfortunate. Look up farmers for families. I dare you. Trump feeds millions. Oh, like I said, he passed that bill. I don't know how many billions it was going directly to farmers. Ed, you have a Twitter account now. No excuse for you not to be informed. I don't know what you're trying to say there. Yeah, I have a Twitter account. How am I not informed? What am I missing? I don't know what you're trying to get at. So I don't know. I don't know where that came from. Uh, Ed, are you a left twink or a right twink? Yeah, right. You know what? I'm just a human being. I'm not for the left. I'm not for the right. Again, and I've said this many, many times, and I will say it again. Left and the right, two sides of the same coin, two feathers of the same bird. Uh, I'm Anna Plains no more. They want to get rid of what they consider undesirables. Oh, exactly. If you buck the system, if you are homeless or that type of thing, they want you gone because you're not doing anything. So, oh, believe me, the haters don't fluff my feathers. Yeah, I figured he was a troll. That's fine. I just, but I'm gonna question it. What are you talking about? You're gonna make a statement, back up what you're saying. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. I think for myself. I speak my mind. I don't sugarcoat things. I never have and I never will. Hey, Jeff Benjamin. They have completely broken the Constitution, which is a breach of contract and is null and void. You know what? It's a mess. The whole thing is an absolute mess. Thank you for the statement, and thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate it. North Shore preparedness. Ed, the topic, please drop the politics. Hey, again, thank you for the donation. We'll get on topic, I promise. Nobody else but live. Ed, have you looked at the Great Reset? Yeah, I've looked at that, and again, my fear is they want total and complete control, and that's all of them, okay, and they will play us against each other, left and right. They'll play us against each other, keep us divided, keep us fighting each other, and never let us get to a point where we can, do anything. And until we can get past that, we're in deep trouble. So, anyhow, so let's actually get on topic a little bit. We got 1,200 people in the chat, guys. We're at 621 on the thumbs up. So I'm going to ask really quickly again for a thumbs up. If you have not shot one yet, I would appreciate that. And thank you ahead of time. Also, it really does help with the algorithms as well. Rocky says, without the left and right, walls of the house would fall. You're right. No, you're absolutely right. Keep us divided, and because that way we'll fight each other and not the true problem. Also, again, the algorithms, it really helps. The more thumbs up we get, the better it is interaction. So I would thank you for doing it for that reason. I also like to see a lot of thumbs up, so I'm not going to lie. So I appreciate it for that reason as well. Also, make sure if you are unsubscribed that you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right. So let's talk about what happens to weak-minded people, people that can't handle diversity or change or stuff like that. There's a lot of people out there right now, guys, that if they're not in their safe space and if they can't take a time out, they just can't handle it. So if you speak anything that makes them uncomfortable, they have to tune out, they have to go away. Well, here's the problem. In a post-event, those type of people, their life expectancy is not going to be very long for a very major reason, okay? Somebody just made a great statement. Michelle Howell just said, adapt or die. And that's exactly it. You're going to have to be very, very much rolling with the punches. You have to. In a post-event, hey, Scarlet Rose, have Angry Pepper in the background. New York City streets have groups, protesters. Hold on a second. They're not really saying anything. Distraction from what? I don't know. That's I don't know. I'm not sure. But in a post-event, things are not going to always go the way that you hope it goes. That I'm going to put that right out there. I don't care the best plans that you have and everything's locked in and you got your plan set, you're ready to rock and roll, and there'll be a monkey wrench thrown in there somewhere, okay? You have to be able to roll with the punches. You have to be able to say, hey, this didn't go the way I wanted, now we got to improvise. A lot of people out there, unfortunately, cannot do that. They can't get into that mindset where they can improvise, they can change things out. If things don't go exactly the way that they thought they would or hoped they would, they lose their minds. Okay, and so that's a huge problem. Armageddon Prepper says pharmaceutical companies will make billions of dollars from the new vaccine and medication for the sheep. You are absolutely right. They will make a ton of money from a vaccine. Again, the last I saw, I'm going to be doing an interview with the Angry Prepper. Somebody said I need to do an interview with him. I will be doing an interview with the Angry Prepper. Actually, I will give you the date again when that's going to happen. It's going to be Monday the 16th. I will be on the Angry Prepper show, and that's going to be at 9 o'clock. So that Monday the 16th, I will be on his show. I'll be doing a stream with him, and we will definitely, it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So definitely look for that. And, not worried about Biden. However, I am worried about Harris. Healthier Health just said that. I don't blame you. That would be a major concern. Again, like I said, I don't think he'll serve a year. If he gets, put in office, I don't think he'll be there for a year, and then she'll take over. That's my opinion. And if I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong. And I'll tell you what. Okay, so let's say Biden is declared the winner. They go through the court system, and he still is declared the president, and he becomes a president. I hope he does a good job. I hope he gives a crap about the American people. Time will tell. Okay, again, we have watched our rights slowly eroded over time, and it has continued to happen. More and more control. You have to get your permission to do anything, okay? Because you're not intelligent enough to make those decisions on your own. You have to have the permission of your masters, and that's how it is, unfortunately. And so, again, at what point do we say enough is enough? We look back in history. The American Revolution, it was a buildup. England was doing more and more taxes all the time. And the straw that broke the camel's back was the tea tax. They had raised the tea tax. I think it was 3 cents or something like that. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. The number of people that actually participated in the American Revolution, if people think about it, go back and look, it was not a huge number. It wasn't like 70% of the people rose up and said, yeah, okay, we're on your side. Now, there may have been a lot of people very quietly on the side of freedom in wanting to be a free country, but there wasn't a whole bunch. There was a small group of people that stood up and said, enough is enough. And at some point, in my opinion, it will happen again. It's going to hit a breaking point at some point, and it's going to happen again. So think about that. 80K Man says, hey, Ed, think Joe will go quietly when they want him out? You know what? Like I said, it would be a medical issue where be a stroke, something like that, where he's incapacitated. That would be my guess, okay? Or he dies. I mean, the guy's 77 years old. So again, you have to take that into consideration as well, So just things to think about. Who knows what's going to happen, to be honest with you. But, or they could say that he's incompetent mentally and take him out that way as well. So there's a lot of things that could happen, So very interesting. Big Bob 40 says, I think it's all planned. It's hard to say, really, really hard to say. So, like I said, we just have to realistically keep an open mind, pay attention to what's going on, and go from there, realistically, okay? Really quickly, I'm going to talk about my sale that is still going on at my website. It is going to be ending on Sunday, okay? If you would like to save 20% off on Legacy freeze-dried food, go to my website, preppernurse1.com. You will click on store. It'll drop down. You'll see Legacy Foods. At checkout, when you check out, the 20% is taken off then. What we have available on the store is there right now, okay? Definitely take advantage of that. With everything going on, it would be really smart to take advantage, I'm telling you. Kimberly Brick, I tried to have a simple discussion earlier and about being worried about voter fraud. Ended up being hold on a second. Insulted, um, demeaned, and had to block 5 people. Yeah, people are totally blinded. Yeah, you know what? That doesn't surprise me at all. And I'm sorry that that happened to you, but it doesn't surprise me at all the way that things are going in our society. People are so locked in, and the hatred is so strong, they can't think outside that box. They just can't. So it's unfortunate, but like I said, I believe you got to have that open mind. You really do. Again, thank you for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. So I want to really quickly, again, back to my website. When you check out, the 20% off will come off then. Okay, so definitely take advantage of that. Also, we have jdega.com, which is the CBD and hemp products that are on my website, and you'll see the link also below. If you go to their website and you decide to make a purchase, make sure when you check out that you hit the discount code or put in the discount code Prepper Nurse 1, and it's the number 1, not ONE, and you will save 15% over there as well. Okay, so definitely take advantage of that. CBD products help with so many different things. It is unbelievably how much it helps, because like I said, I use it myself. So I'm not going to recommend something that I don't believe in. Okay. Also, we have the Prepper Nurse 1 community on the website as well. So definitely take advantage of that. It's a network set up for you guys to connect with like-minded people. It is totally free to join. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked. Go in there, check it out, join us, see what you think. Okay. So that's that. Also, I am on Twitter, and I am on Instagram. I didn't post today, but I probably should have. I didn't post on either one of them today. I don't always think about it every day, to be honest with you. A lot of other things going on, but that happens too. So, but anyway, join me on Twitter, preppernurse1.com. Join me on Instagram as well, preppernurse1.com, or preppernurse1, sorry. preppernurse1 on both of those. So definitely join me on either one of those, okay? Yeah, the other camera's broken. That's why it's got to be right now the laptop camera. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna purchase another one of those cameras. So it may be, I may have to order it. So again, we'll have to do it that way and see what happens. But it's not reading it. So when I plug it in, it's not reading that it's there. So that unfortunately is the case. So we'll have to deal with that. Will Trump do a lockdown? Dev just asked that. You know what? Hard to say. I don't think that the president would do a lockdown. I really don't. I think he wants to keep the country open and in that type of stuff. So, but that's that's why with that though. So, all right. Well, let's do the egg count real quick, guys, because we're already 48 minutes into the chat here. Time flies by so fast. So we'll do the egg count really quickly. So what are your guys' guesses for eggs today? All right, hold on a second. All right, give you guys a minute to get your guesses. If you had the same guess as Nate Dampier with 0, then you were correct. No eggs today, none. I was like, really? So it is what it is. We just deal with it. It's that time of year, and so our eggs have been very, very few and far between. So, but what are you going to do? So, do you think this will affect the gas and oil industry? If they come in and they try to do this whole new Green Deal stuff and go, with a lot of wind turbines and solar and stuff like that, yeah. That will affect everything. But you got to remember something, guys. Oil is in so many things. It is used for so many things. Unbelievable amount of things that oil is used for. So you can't get rid of oil. You just can't. Unless they come up with something that they may already have available to replace oil, you're never getting rid of oil. So. But I think gas prices are going to jump up, especially with Biden getting in there, and he's talked about no fracking and all this type of stuff. We will be back to importing oil from countries that hate us. So that's an issue as well. So again, yeah, electronic charging stations run by diesel generators. I find that amazingly interesting. I will say this, out in my area out here, I've seen a lot more solar farms going up. There's a solar farm in a town not that far from me right now that they're putting up a ton of solar power, a ton of it. So, I mean, I think that that's the way. I think solar is a great way to go. If we could be more independent with solar, I think that that's great. It cuts down on the reliance of the system. Okay, but hey, MINRLW. Hold on a second. TR. Sorry, late arrive. Who cares to speculate what the DHS ballots printed with a watermark or special ink? If copied, they caught. You know what? I think that'll be interesting. Like I said, again, we talked about that a little bit earlier. Thank you very much for the donation. If they did watermark things, that's going to prove a lot of fraudulent activity, and somebody's going to get in trouble. Somebody will definitely. And you know what? It won't be anybody big. It wouldn't be Biden. It wouldn't be Harris. They could plead ignorance that they had no idea, but there will be a sacrificial lamb if that is the case. There will definitely be a sacrificial lamb. Solar panels are good at the time, but cause too much trash. You know what? You know what? Solar panels can last for a long, long time. They start to lose their efficiency, but you could have solar panels for 30, 35 years, and they're still going to produce power. So, I'm all for solar. I have everything you see on right now is due to solar. So, hey, Connor Rath, what do you think about nuclear energy? Not a fan of nuclear energy, not at all. The uranium and everything afterwards, and it's 1,000-year half-life. And what are they doing with all that waste? I'm not a big fan of nuclear. Wind turbines, too many moving parts, have a tendency to break down. That's my opinion. I'm just stating that's my opinion, okay? Again, I'm a big fan of solar. I think realistically, and I want you to think about this, and this was stated many, many years ago, if they put up 10,000 acres in a desert and did solar, it would be enough power to run the entire country, okay? Enough power to run the entire country. So think about that. If we did that, but the oil companies don't want that. They don't want that at all. They want to be able to, keep jacking up prices whenever they feel that it's getting too low. They make an excuse and jack up the prices. Yeah, it's not a good thing. But like I said, I'm a big believer in solar. Obviously, I am. I have been off grid. This is my 6th year of living off grid, and I've been tweaking my solar every year, adjusting, doing different things, and it makes a big difference. It really does. This year with getting the new batteries, building the new battery room, making the run shorter from the solar panels to the battery room. Huge difference in our production, how long we can run, how efficient it is. Solar is not efficient yet. They won't let the tech out yet. To a degree, oil companies are moving to own solar farms. Oh, I believe it. That it's the future. I'm telling you right now, you're always going to have the sun out there. Why not take advantage of it? I know that the solar panel prices have come way down from where they were in the past. Like I said, I'm a big believer in solar. I love solar. I live in an area where in the north it is, we have a lot of short days this time of year. When we get to this point of the year, here we are, November 6th, right? I can't wait for December 21st because December 21st, the days start getting longer again. That's the winter solstice. They start getting longer again. And it's slowly we start adding sunlight every day. So, that's what I you prepare your solar systems for wintertime. Hey, Brandon, do you use EMP Shield for your solar panels? Marv advertises it often. I do not use those. No, I do not use those for my system. And I know he advertises those. I know he's connected with that company. But yeah, I don't use that. Actually, talking about Marf, Adam, good channel, Marfugal News. Definitely go over there, show him support on his channel. Tell him the Prepper Nurse One sent you. He's a good dude. I like him. The Angry Prepper as well. I like him. Like I said, talk to him. We had a great discussion. I will be on his show on the 16th of this month, so 10 days away. I'll be on his show. Definitely stick around and catch that one. Hey, it's Ron, the Prepper fiction author. LOL, you hate my handle. It's mineral water. I don't hate your handle. I don't hate your handle. Oh, it's mineral water. Okay, I got you. I can never say your handle. That's the thing. Yes, and you got some good books there, my friend. I like your stuff. I like your stuff. Good information with your books. Thank you very much for the donation. So it's mineral water. Okay, I got you. But it's all like abbreviated, and I couldn't tell what it. I never remember, so I apologize. So, but again, guys, we're at 1,100 in the chat. We're at 779 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask you again if you would shoot another thumbs up if you have not done so yet to show support for the channel, and I appreciate that. Thank you for doing that ahead of time. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction we have, especially positive, it helps the channel. It puts us higher up in the rankings. So thank you for that reason as well. I do appreciate that. Again, the third reason is I'd like to see a lot of thumbs up. So I'd like to see us, at least get up over 900 tonight. We're at, 805 right now. And we still got, we're going to go to 1020. So we still got 25 more minutes. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can hit 1,000. If we can hit 1,000, that would be cool. Hey, Judy, can't do socialism. I'm anti-social. Yeah, I'm not big into the whole socialism thing either. I am not a good follower. I'm not. I never have been. Thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. Why don't they do a mental competency test for Biden? Hillary questions Trump's mental state. Well, you know what? That's a good question. And I know that he wouldn't do one. So that's I find that interesting as well. If you've listened to some of his speeches, guys, kind of scary. So, where he loses thought and rambles words together that make no sense whatsoever, I am a crappy follower. I ask too many questions. No, the only stupid question is the one that is not asked. That would be. When my amber runs out, I'll accept socialism, third world country, because I'll be dead. James Osborne says, well, there you go, James. Like I said, guys, there's so many, even at this point right now, there's so many unknowns. We don't know what's going to happen moving forward, and we just got to try to be as ready as we can be. Don't stop prepping, especially, again, if, Biden, and it looks like that's going to be the case. Biden gets in. We don't know what he's going to do. He can say a whole lot of things. It doesn't make it so, okay? So, again, just keep being smart. Don't get yourself jammed up. Don't do something stupid. Don't get explosives that could get you put in prison or jail. Don't do that type of stuff. Do what you have to do. Get ready. Keep a low profile. And when the time comes, do what you have to do. Like I said, for me, my biggest thing is I don't want to overthrow any government. I'm not looking to overthrow any government. I want the government to do their job that for us, not for big business. I would love to see that happen. I would love to see the special interest groups out the door and not, and again, I want you to think about this. How many millions and millions of dollars are spent to get a job that pays $400,000 a year, okay? And I want you to think about that. Why would that be so important? It's all about influence. It's about that power, influence, what you can do behind the scenes. And every president does it, guys. Everyone, Republican, Democrat, they're patting their pockets. They're taking care of their friends. They're getting their friends' jobs. That's the reality of it. So, it's like when people criticize the president for, giving his friends jobs. Every president does it. Biden did, not Biden, but Obama did it. Reagan did it. They all do it. So, let's not, try to blame it is amazing the blame that Trump gets for everything. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But, again, a lot of these politicians are bought and paid for. They're never going to look out for us. And that's the bottom line, regardless of what side of the aisle they're on. They are not looking out for our best interest. Because if they were, we would have less taxes, smaller government, less controls. That's what we would have. Okay. So, again, the fact that so many of these absentee votes are supposedly for Biden, I find that suspicious. There's no way that many are all for Biden. There's no way. And I know a lot of people voted early, and it wasn't just Biden fans. So, again, heaven forbid that I speak the truth. Heaven forbid that I make you think. Think for yourself. That's a dangerous game. We can't be doing that, Oh, yeah, there's a lot of greed going on. Jen A. just said that. You're right, Jen. A tremendous amount of greed, Yeah, I think that the early voting should have been counted first. Because in that way, whatever happened on election night, then it just happens. We don't have to keep continuing here days later, waiting to figure out how many they need to push in there and to get their candidate voted in. So, hey, Brandon, Biden says he's against fracking. Cool. Politicians lie. So that must mean that fracking will thrive. Yeah, and he's not. You know what I mean? No, he's against it. It won't. If he gets in there and he puts in regulations and they stop it, that's not good. That is not good. And this whole, you can be for climate change or against climate change. Climate change is crap. Do we have some effect on the planet? Of course we do. But we're not raising up the greenhouse gases and changing the temperature of the planet. The planet goes through cycles, okay? It has for millions of years, and it will continue to do so for millions of years long after we're gone. So to think that we're so special that we have this huge impact, with greenhouse gases and all that type of stuff, it's another excuse to tax you, to make more restrictions against you, to control you more. That's what it comes down to. And if you can't see that, I feel really bad for you. I really do. Open your eyes, read through the lines. Don't take everything that they say for face value. Question everything. If you're left or right, whatever you get your news from, question everything. That would be my advice. And you know what you're going to find? They all lie. The left lies, the right lies, they're all lies, okay? They want you to do what they want you to do. They want you to blindly obey, not question anything. That's what they want. Yeah, cow farts. I love that one too. That kills me too with that. So, again, if we let them do it, then, that's on us. That's our own fault then. It really is. So, but like I said, time will tell. It'll be very, very interesting. It'll be very interesting. Like I said, this whole thing is not good. Not good. And that's my, I just think that it's going to be a nightmare moving forward. And because, again, regardless of who is put in the White House, people are not going to be happy. They're not. So, you're going to have unhappy people no matter what. And, if Biden goes in there and changes everything, I think that's not going to be good. And if you had to move out of the U.S., where would you go? Oh, my God. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm never moving out of the U.S. This is my home. This is where I live. I really don't have a desire to leave this country. I really don't. And like I said, I want to be left alone. I want to live my life, and that's it. Do what you do. I do what I do. I mind my own business. You mind yours. That's it. So, yeah, but no, I appreciate the question. I've never even considered that, to be honest with you. So that I couldn't say that I would go here, I would go there, I would go someplace else. I've never even thought about that. This is my home. This is where I was born. It's my country, and I love my country. Absolutely love my country. Don't like my government. Not a big fan of my government, but I love my country. And I'm going to tell you what. I believe in my heart. There's so many good people out there. There's so many good people out there, and I've met so many great people. I mean, just doing YouTube has afforded me the opportunity to meet some fantastic people that are out there, and it gives me hope. Actually, I'll be honest with you, it gives me hope, because if you just watch the regular news every day and just watch the crap, very, very depressing, very, very depressing, and you get disheartened, and you get down. Again, seasonal affect disorder. It affects people. When you have overcast, cloudy days, day after day after day, and then the weather sucks on top of it, and you got snow, and it's just miserable all the time, that beats down on you, okay? That beats down on you. So you can't deny climate change anymore. Yeah, you can, because it's not real. There's no climate change. It is the planet doing what the planet has always done. We have period. So what happened back when it was really hot on the planet, and the planet was more tropical? Whose fault was that? Was that dinosaur farts' fault at that point? I mean, who did we blame then? We weren't there, So it amazes me that people just buy it, hook, line, and sinker. It amazes me. Okay, we've had ice ages. So when the ice ages happened, there was people on the planet, right? Was it their fault that happened? No. You have grand solar minimums. It affects the weather, the amount of sunlight we're getting. It all affects all of that. We have super volcanoes that have gone off throughout the course of the history of this planet. Was that man's fault that those volcanoes, those super volcanoes, went off, threw up so much dust and stuff into the upper atmosphere that it put us into an ice age? Was that man's fault? I mean, come on. It is so ridiculous to say, and again, remember, why are they pushing climate change? Because they want to tax you, a carbon tax. Remember that. That's why they want to do it. That's why they push it. And it amazes me how many people just buy it, hook, line, and sinker. Well, all these scientists say that blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And look at who pays those scientists. Who pays those scientists their paycheck? Oh, imagine that. Most of the time, it's the government. And they follow the mantra of what they're told, or they lose funding. It's very simple. I mean, if you pay attention, if you really look through things, you see through the BS. So, and at the end of the day, it's about a couple of things, all right? It's about a couple of things. Control, money, and power. It always comes down to control, money, and power. If I control the money and I have the power, then, you'll have to do what I say, because I'm writing the rules, and you have to just obediently behave. So it's amazing to me. It really, really is. So, but like I said, again, I'm going to encourage everybody to prep, continue to prep. Don't stop prepping. We never know what's going to be happening here. It's time to do it more so than ever, especially, guys, if Biden is announced as truly the president. They go through everything, and he's given that presidency. It's going to be interesting, and we need to be as ready as we possibly can be. I will continue to do what I need to do here, try to make things better with having additional buildings. I remember people saying to me, "Where's everybody going to stay?" I have my groups, and I have people that are coming. Where's everybody going to stay? Well, we got more room now, don't we? We built it up a little bit this year at the Homestead. So we have more rooms, we have more places to put people. Again, when I build my addition in the spring, that's more room for more people. So again, you need to be as ready as you can be. And when the time comes, you do what you have to do. Protect your families, take care of your business. Don't let somebody run you and control you and do all that type of stuff. All right, so we're at 888 on the thumbs up at the moment. We got to hit 1,000, guys. We got to try for 1,000. We got like 13 minutes to go. We got to hit 1,000 thumbs up. So if you haven't shot a thumbs up, you have to show support for the channel. I'm going to ask you to please do that, and thank you very much. You have something on your forehead? Nope, not that I'm aware of. No. Scars. I got scars on my forehead. So if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, please do show support for the channel, and thank you for doing that. Also, I let you know, it really does help with the algorithms. So thank you for that as well. I do appreciate it for that reason as well. And I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So I know we can hit 1,000. We're at 925 at the moment. Let's see if we can hit 1,000 before we sign off of here, okay? Biden delivering remarks shortly. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I thought it was going to be 8 o'clock. And so, you know, it's just, it didn't happen at 8. So I delayed going on because I wanted to see what he had to say. And like I said, interesting times moving forward for sure. So let's do this really quickly. We are Legion because we are many. We're all over the planet. We're a huge network of people. We have more power than you guys can even begin to imagine if we work together, okay? Where is everybody from today? Where is the Prepper Nurse One family from? Christmas Valley, Oregon, Alberta, Oregon, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, Missouri. We have Vegas, Illinois, Pittsburgh, PA, Maryland, New Jersey, Buffalo, New York. Let's see, it's going fast. So Maryland, Texas, Ontario, Canada, Nebraska. Let's see, Tilson, New York, Brookings, Oregon, Montreal, Canada. Very nice. Florida, Central East Coast, I think is what it said. Halifax, Virginia, the UK. Dublin, Ireland. Very nice. Brooklyn, New York. Nowhere, Oklahoma. Love the name still. Always one of my favorites. Dampier, Alabama. We have Utah, Cape Cod, Toronto, Oklahoma, Georgia, Albion, New York, Nebraska, Mesa, Arizona. Let's see. Hell, Texas. Very cool. Eastern Long Island, upstate South Carolina, Scottsdale, Arizona, Red State, Missouri, Philly, Toronto, Gavinsport, New York, Beech Grove, Indiana, Melbourne, Australia, Afghanistan. If that's true, that's cool. Cleveland, Ohio. Let's see. Great Neck, New York, North Bend, Nebraska, Franklin County, Ohio, Cromwell, Kentucky. Let's see. Anderson, South Carolina, Youngstown, Ohio, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Dayton, Ohio, Ellesmere, Kentucky. Let's see. We have Tennessee, Somerset, Pennsylvania, Boston, Arkansas, Idaho Falls, Idaho, Joplin, Missouri, Western New York, Solom Springs, Arkansas, Morrick, North Carolina. We have California, Eastern Tennessee, Beaver Creek, Ohio, Chicago, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Iowa, Tennessee, Connecticut, Shreveport, Louisiana, Middletown, Pennsylvania. So again, guys, we are all over this country, all over the world. We're a huge family. We're a huge network of people. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. If we work together, if we ever get to a point where we can pull our heads out of our behind and stop letting them continue to manipulate us, and we can say, I'm a human being, you're a human being, let's work together to make this planet better. Let's not kill each other because your skin is darker or lighter than mine, or because you worship a different God than I do. Let's not do that. Let's work together. Let's realize what an impact we can have, what we could do if we work together, pooled our resources. Biggest problem that I have, guys, and it's like, and I've talked about this a little bit before. I have my mom and my sister here. Margie also has her place here, my other sister. And to me, family is so important. And if you can work together as family, and you can network as family and work together, and pool your resources and put that money together, it's amazing what you can get accomplished. Again, my sister was renting for years, and I kept telling her, come and live on my property. Come and live on my property. And thankfully, she's finally done that. And in 2.5 years at this point, she will have her building paid for, and she will not have a payment anymore after that. And I'm going to tell you what, I have it stipulated. I've already talked to my daughter, because my kids get my property if something happens to me. I've already talked to my daughter, and my daughter knows if I died first and Becky was still alive, and if Mom was still alive, obviously, they have lifelong use of the property. They absolutely. I'm not going to say that if I die and then they're going to kick them out. That's not how it's ever going to be. That's family. You take care of family. I think it's really, really important. Okay, so. But but people, so many people they don't have that. They don't have that connection with family, and it's very, very sad. Very, very sad. So, but yes, only Westerners put elderly in care homes. Rest of the world look after them at home. And you know what? Thank you for saying that, because it's really, like I said, in the United States, the people that are the worst, the absolute worst of their old people are white people. They throw their old people away like they're garbage. Now, I'm very old school. I was raised a certain way. We take care of our own. Now, if Mom got to be where she had dementia and was a danger to herself, like she was going out and getting in a car and driving off, and she was a danger to herself or somebody else, that would be a different situation. But other than that, Mom is going to stay home, and she's going to die at home. That's how I want it to be. And we will look after her. That's, if I have to, do her care, she wouldn't be the first butt I washed in my lifetime. Washed plenty, trust me, and, nobody's going to care for you like your family. I should say, okay? Nobody will care for you like your family. So I think that's really important. Family's everything to me. Again, for me, I'm going to tell you what, I'm a huge loyalty guy, always have been, always will be. If you are part of my group or you're part of my circle, I got your back. And that's it. That's how I roll. So I'm a huge loyalty guy. I think that's how it should be. And we take care of our own. We take care of my family, the people in my group. And, if we end up getting new people coming in, that's great. But, know this. If you are part of my group or part of the people that I'm associated with, and I've told you in the past, if something happens, come to me and I'll protect you. Know that I will keep my word. And that's how I roll. So, that's I've always been that way and always will be. So we're at 973. We need 27 more to hit 1,000 thumbs up. We got to hit it. We got to hit it. We got 5 minutes to go here. So if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, let's make that happen. Let's get that up over 1,000. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate the support, showing the support. Also, thank you again. It does really help with algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better off we are as far as higher in the rankings. Hey, Nest Prepper. Here, kitty. I got Bella sleeping over here, and Lucy just got up, and he's chilling. I'm not going to mess with any cats tonight, so sorry. Not tonight. But thank you for the donation. I do appreciate that. Hey, there we go. We hit the 1,000. That's awesome. Good amount of thumbs up. That's awesome. Very, very cool. I want to thank my moderators who come on here again, show after show, do a great job trying to keep the chat clean. I know some people come in and they get on and they just try to disrupt the chat and try to be idiots. It's unnecessary and it's sad, to be honest with you. But, it's... we try to have good discussions, and I think we have great discussions. We have great interaction with you guys, and I think that is awesome. And so, I think that's a great thing. Let me see. Wait, who's over here? Caesar? Pandora? Who's here? Oh, Max is here. I didn't even see Max is right behind the computer, too. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Kitty sighting. Come here, Max. Okay. You asked for it. You got it. There's my man. There's Mr. Max. Oh, I got a puppy coming. Okay, Max, go that way. Come here. Come here, girl. Oh. Get up there and say hello. Say hello, Miss Pandora. So anyway, guys, I am going to sign off for now. I hope everybody's doing well. Be patient. Relax. Deep breaths. Continue to prep. Continue to get ready. That's what I would encourage you all to do. So please do that, okay? Again, I appreciate all of you. I love the chat. I love the interaction. It's awesome. So thank you all for being part of that. I do appreciate it. Remember, we are all in this together, and I mean that. We really, truly are. If we could work together, what a great world this would be. Regardless of what you believe or don't believe, if we could get past that nonsense and stop, having people having little temper tantrums to get their feelings hurt and running away, why can't we agree to disagree? That would be a wonderful thing, okay? Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD, step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you're going to be fine. Stay away from negative people. They want to bring you down. Don't let them bring you down, okay? I will see you all later. I hope everybody has a great night. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now. In one take tonight. Amazing.